How's it going, everybody? Hey, thanks for being here. Do I have audio? I have audio. What a miracle. How's it going, everybody? All right. Thanks for being here. So it's been a bit, hasn't it? It's been a while. I was thinking about it. I didn't stream it all in January. Every single weekend, I think the first weekend, we had done 12 streams and I did take just a weekend off. But then after that, it was either we had company or we were out of town or I was working all the way up until today. And then I was thinking about it, and next weekend I won't be able to do it. And the weekend after that, I won't be able to do it. I don't know what's happening. My life is supposed to slow down, not get more crazy. Anyways, thanks for being here. A couple of things that might happen. Either a whole lot of people will show up because we haven't done a stream in a long time, or nobody will show up because we haven't done a stream in a long time. So anyways, thanks for you guys that are being here. We got Quindor here. Fantastic. Alex, thank you. Robert, Nicholas, awesome. And Common was first. Good job. Thanks for being here, everybody. All right. The bot says there's no stream. Oh, I don't know why. What is that thing above my head? Oh, I know what that is. That's the camera mount. There's the V3. Do you see the V3 back there? We can maybe throw something on there before the end of the day. Today, what I'm going to do is work on getting the dragon to communicate to Home Assistant. Actually, I already have it done, but we have to make the voice part happen. So anyways, I'm glad you're here too, Jeff. I don't know how to fix the bot, Alex. We'll have to have maybe Sir Goodenough or one of the dudes can know what to do. Which, by the way, if you guys hadn't seen it, our good buddy Sir Goodenough, who's always doing a lot of help in the streams and on Discord and stuff, has had some rough times. Had his daughter who had some special needs he was taking care of for a long time. She passed away, and he posted a little video about it. Obviously, something like that is just, it's unimaginable. I don't know what it. I hope I never know what it feels like. So we feel for him and love him and wish him the best, and grateful to have him part of our little group here. So wish you well, SG. All right. I need to get a Bamboo. Wait, do you need to get a Bamboo Labs P1 or X1? We have one. The X1 Carbon. Robert, did you see on the V2 video? That's what we used. We used the X1 Carbon. Yeah. They actually told us that they've got a new one. Whatever the next iteration is, that they're gonna share with us once they've got it. So pretty cool. Yeah, the Bamboo is pretty awesome. It's in the Sphere version 2 video that we posted a couple weeks ago. The next video we're gonna post is about this dragon. So pretty awesome. Let me show you where we're at. Okay, let me show you where we're at with the dragon. Unfortunately, one of my cameras has not been functioning properly. So we're going to have a little bit of finagling to do here, but I think we can make it work. I think we got the technology. I have to crawl under my desk and sort out why my old desk camera is not working anymore, which is too bad because it was working really well to show the dragon from the side. If you haven't seen, actually, I don't know if he's even posted much, but John has done some amazing work with turning the parrot into a dragon. His looks so good. So he's been working on that, making the outside of it look good by laser cutting, designing and then laser cutting some new panels for the outside of it. My responsibility in this project has been to make it work with Home Assistant. So if you recall, as we were discussing it, over the holidays and such, when we were doing 12 streams of Christmas, we talked about this. The plan at the time back then was to have it. He's all of a sudden going crazy. Hold on. He started freaking out before I was ready for him to freak out. Anyways, the plan was to use the REST API for Bot Tango. So for anybody that wasn't around, doesn't know what that was, does everybody know what I'm talking about when I say Bot Tango? Bot Tango is the software that we're using, the Animatronic software that we're using. I can go to it real quick just to be thorough. Bot Tango. Okay. So this is what we're using, and we bought these kits. We bought 2 of these kits right here, Maxwell. John's got one and I've got one. And then we've been modifying it on the outside and then modifying it so that it'll work with Home Assistant. So the API part, so this does have a REST API, and I set it up initially so Home Assistant would use curl commands to activate certain animatronic things on it, but it wasn't working. Like everything on Home Assistant side seemed to be working. Everything on the Bot Tango side seemed to be set up correctly, but nothing was happening. So Evan is the guy that created Bot Tango, and we've been chatting with him a lot. And there's something that he's working on that will make it more receptive to commands like I was trying to send from Home Assistant. So I guess right now it's not quite happy to do that. So we had to go with plan B, right? Oh man, Alexander, I'm sorry, buddy. That's awful. So what we're doing instead to make it work is the dragon, the Bot Tango dragon here, runs on an Arduino, and we can set up the animations, which we did on one of the streams for Christmas. I think we did some animations, and you export those animations. You can load them onto the Arduino, which actually I think I have my sketch over here. So you export from the Bot Tango software, and then you can open what it exports in the Arduino IDE, and you can then it'll run solo without being connected to a computer. So your options for controlling this Bot Tango animatronic robot is either leave it connected to a PC with a USB cord, or export the animations onto the Arduino and then trigger the Arduino to run when you want it to run. So that's what we did. So I made 4 animations, and these correspond to the states of a Home Assistant voice unit. So these were the ones: listening, thinking, replying, and error. So I just threw together quick animations for the robot. He does, or the dragon, he does things for each of those states. And then I set pins on the Arduino to trigger those states. So I actually think I messed one of them up, but I'm not 100% sure on that, because one of them is doing the same thing. 4, 7, 8. No. So if I messed it up, I didn't mess it up here. I must have messed it up when I saved the animations. Anyways, so now we've uploaded this sketch to the Arduino that's connected to the dragon, and I've got it working so that when I connected a pin, when I connected 5 volts to one of these pins where it's listening, that particular animation would play. Fantastic. So then the next trick was, how do we get that to happen with Home Assistant? Right, so now how do we make it so Home Assistant can activate that thing? This is how we do it. Right now it's turned off. So because when I turned it on, it started going crazy. So I'm gonna turn it on and it's gonna go crazy, and then I'm gonna turn it off, I think. Yeah, because all these turned on. So let's turn this off. Let's see, what's the best way to do this? There, okay. So once that's on, this is actually backwards, so I need to invert these. That's the problem. So now those are off. I need to invert those. I don't know why that's inverted that way, but this is, all right. So this is an ESP home. Now I'm going to switch over and show you my top-down camera here. Top-down camera. Top down, top down, top down. There. All right. This is not as good as having it from the side, but like I was saying, my other camera's not doing its duty. Let's see if we can zoom out a little bit here. quite so. How's everybody doing? How's your January been? Things going well? All right, yeah, let's come over here. We're gonna, brightness is probably not what we want. Exposure. A little bit, and then zoom. We definitely want to zoom out a little more. Okay, great. That'll do. All right. Okay, so here's Dragon. Okay, here's the Arduino connected to the Dragon. And then I've got an ESP32 here that's running this ESP Home Sketch. And we'll go through that in a minute. And then I've got a relay board here. Now, here was an issue we ran into. So the pins on the Arduino, excuse me, the pins on the Arduino that we set to listen for the command or for the switch in Home Assistant, they were expecting 6 volts, 5 volts probably, but it measures at 6. It's a little bit higher. Fine. That's what they were expecting. The ESP32 puts out 3 volts. So what I had initially tried to do was take these triggering wires, the triggering pin, the output pins from the ESP32, and take those to the input pins on the Arduino. That didn't work because these are 3 volts and this is expecting 6 volts. So this was not enough to meet the threshold here and activate and tell the Dragon to do its thing. So what we had to do instead then was take 6 volts from here. There's probably other ways to do this, I'm sure. But take 6 volts from here, go to this relay board, and then run a wire from each relay to each of the different animation listening pins, the receiving pins. So now when I trigger one of these, that turns on one of these relays, and that sends the information to the pin here. So let's do one, shall we? Oh, did I disconnect that? No. What the heck? Should work. Okay, there it goes. So what you don't see though is that I'm switching that in right here. When I switch one of these, not that one for some reason, that one's not working. Okay, and then if I stop it, I click that, turn it off, it turns off, or turn it on, it's backwards. See what I mean? So that's great. Yay. So with this, Home Assistant now is able to control our little Dragon Man here. Well, that was weird. Didn't like that. It plays it in kind of a loop too, so we have to time it. Those are all playing the same animations. That's weird. Why are they all playing the same animations? That isn't right. Oh no, that's a different one. Then it goes back to playing that initial one. Interesting. Okay, now it's playing the right one. That's weird. And then I wonder if it's because something else is on. Anyways, that's where we're at, which actually is pretty good. I'm actually quite happy with this. We also did, I also set this up on the ESP32 here to be a voice assistant. And we did set a pin on the ESP32 to control a couple of LEDs for eyes. So that's what we're gonna do. But what I don't have yet on the ESP32, when you look back to this guy for a second, what I don't have yet on the ESP32 is the speaker and the microphone. So those two things, the speaker and the microphone, I need to put together and make work. So that's what I'm hoping to do today. All right, you following me? You following me? Okay. Let's look at the ESP Home sketch for a minute. Which one is it? I have so many, and most of them I'm not even really using. This is it, Paragon Voice. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Now, for Voice Assistant, the ready-made kit version that uses the, what's the thing called? The, help me out. The Echo, the little guy, right? There's a little M5 stack Echo that you can use, and there's a sketch that for ESP Home that the Home Assistant guys made that you just load on there and it just works great. There's also one for the box that has the face on it that does the images. So that one, great, it works. Those already have built in the microphone and the speaker. They actually made a sketch also for the DrZzs. So you could use a DrZzs because it has a microphone. You could use this. It doesn't have a speaker though. But because of what we're trying to do with this Dragon, we need a lot of extra pins. And the M5 stack and the, what do you call this thing over here? The Box 3 with the face and the DrZzs don't have enough pins available. The box, that voice box thing, the Box 3, that might have enough pins, but I didn't need all that. I didn't need the face and everything. I wanted to keep that one separate, so I'm not using that one. But what I want to do is use a regular ESP32 so that I can have all of those extra pins for running things like all these animations and the lights, etc. So what I needed to do, or what I need to do, is add a microphone and a speaker to the ESP32. So that's what we got here. We've got a sketch here, and I borrowed most of this, or at least I got started with Lewis's, Lewis from Everything Smart Home. He did a video where he took a regular ESP32 and turned it into a voice assistant. So I started with that and then added a lot of the stuff for my animations, these things here. So each of these triggers one of those pins that starts the relay or turns on the relay that then runs whatever animation activates the pin on the Arduino. And then we got a light here for the eyes. And I think that's it. So important parts here, the pins we need to use. Here's our I2S clock pins. I don't remember what this means, but whatever, we'll hook those up. And then we've got the microphone is going to be on this pin, and the speaker output is going to be on that pin. And that should do it once we do that. So that's what we're going to do today. I've got here, let me go back to this and zoom in again. Let's go back to, let's go here. And zoom in. Not on me. Am I missing everything in chat? Oh my gosh, I am missing everything in chat. Sorry about that. There's Sir Good Enough. Does that dragon look like a bird? No, Neil, not at all. No, it's not a bird. Heavens no. Purchased the Wi-Fi Dream Machine. Oh, cool. Beefing up home network and all the smart devices. Awesome. So you got the Dream Machine. Wow. Isn't that the one that looks like a whole server rack looking thing? Hey, Mr. Fixers. So let's go here. We're going to zoom in a little bit. There. I really need to sort out that other camera. So used to having multiple cameras. I don't know what to do when I don't have them. All right. We did all that time to zoom out. Now we're going to zoom back in. Okay. Zoom way in. Super grainy picture. Awesome. Fantastic. Okay. So we're going to move some of this stuff out of the way. And we're going to start working on connecting these things. First thing I got to do is solder a couple pins on. Solder a couple pins onto the microphone here. So I bought a pack of these microphones from Amazon. It's a whole pack of like 5 of these here. And then I already had some of these amplifiers. I did buy a few more. So these are just these little, it's a DAC, so a digital to audio converter and a microphone. Oh, now my focus is off too. Good grief. There we go. All right. Total crappy video. This is like 1984 VCR grade. Digital to analog converter. What did I say? Did I not say that? All right, I'm going to get out the solder equipment here. Of course, I'm going to have microphone out of my way. All right, which side should I put up? Which way should the pins go, do you think? This is the microphone right here. I think I'm going to put the pins this way so that I can see the writing on them, because that shows the writing. All right, so we'll do that. All right, so we're going to solder that guy on there. Soldering iron. Where's my soldering iron power supply? Got it. No, stop. The hole is the microphone. Oh, that's okay. Well, so either way, I want to be able to see those pins. So you think that way so it stands out? Go, go, go. Ding, ding, beep, beep. Ping, ping. But I mean, does it, I guess if I turn it the other way, so I want this to face out. Thank you for catching that, Quindor. I was doing it so I could see where the pins are, but this will be fine. This will work. Gotta go. See you, Nicholas. Worst thing that it wouldn't hear very well, huh? All right. Not really zooming in too close on this. I can't see it all that well, but it's good enough. Get a little solder on there. No big deal. Done. That's it. Okay. And the other thing's already soldered, so I don't even need to do anything else. I just needed this one done. All right. Easy. Easy peasy. All right, now we got to get some jumpers. Oh, Hold on. First, we need a little. Is that you, Alexander? You're the evil voice in my head? Where did I put my jumpers? I had a whole tray of them. Oh, found them. I wish there was a better way to organize jumpers. That has been a bane of my existence for as long as I've been doing stuff like this. I just cannot. I can't do a good enough job of keeping track of jumpers. And here's my main problem. Like right now, I don't have hardly any that are double female. Lots of double males, but hardly any double females. I don't know why. I think I keep cutting them. But I've got a few, so we'll pull out a few here. You guys have tricks for sorting and maintaining some sort of organization to your jumper wires? I am all ears. Because I am not so good at that. This is my newest attempt, and that is just one of these whole racks. And I just put nothing but jumpers in this whole thing. And these are male on both sides. These were like male-female, one on each end. But then I had so few of the female, which is what I'm looking for right now, that, I just was throwing those in there. And then this is all LED end, the LED ends, JSTs and X Connect and whatever else. So that's what's in there. All right. Here we go. So I don't know how many I need exactly, but we're going to try that. Oh, you know what's going to be tricky? We're going to need to splice because the I2S here, this needs to be this I2S LR clock and B clock. And there's other names for those. What are the other names for those? I2S pin names. So these, but there's other names for these. Like on this little microphone, it says WS and LR and SCK. So there's SCK. Clock, SCL, ground. But when I go here, this is LR clock and B clock, right? SCK, slave clock select. Oh, cool. What else, Alexander? Keep teaching me, brother. Keep teaching me. How does this correlate? How does so LR, LR clock. Oh, this one is an LR. That has LR. Okay. So that should be pin 27. And this one also has an LR. No. It says ground. Oh man, I can't read this. I need more magnification. Reading glasses aren't doing it. Oh man, battery's dead. All right. Yeah, this says RC, LRC, and B clock. So that one I got. Okay, so this one matches that. Great. This one, I guess WS There's WS and there's SCK. Slave clock select. Is that the same as... There's not an there's an SCK here. There's no SCK over here. LR clock, B clock, LR, but then WS, but then SCK. So I got one too many pins. One too many pins on the microphone. LR clock and SCK. All right, so that should be... Let's look at this. Let's see if we can get some learning on here. SCK, WS. Is WS the same as... I think that's different. Transmitter master, receiver master, controller master. Word select, serial data, continuous serial clock. What is the LRC? The LR clock. Well, what we're going to need to do is... Don't remember what WS stands for. All right, what we're going to need to do, though, because what we've got here is we need to have pin 25 and pin 27 go to both of these devices. So to do that, we're going to need to splice together some jumpers. That's how I see it. So let's see if I've got some. Maybe I have some that I've already chopped up. Nope, I don't. So I'm probably going to have to chop some more of these. So I could take, so let's say I do gray and purple. And if I take gray and purple and splice them, and then go from here to the pin and then here to there. Okay, I can do that. Wish I had more of these. Let's see, I do have more. I don't want this to be a total mess, you know? You have one of those mics, but you haven't hooked it up, so you don't help. All right, pulled out a whole nother bin of jumper wires. What a mess. They're all male. It's like I've used up all the other ones. Okay. Double take. Dr. Life? Don't usually catch these. How's it going, Chunkin Man? Time for the mods to intervene. Uh-oh, for what? What's the matter, Steven? Or Steve Van Russell, what happened? All right, well, let's just start doing this. We got to get some progress made here. So, here we go. Passing along, went back to Oz for Christmas and did a tutorial for my brothers. Passed on everything I learned from this channel. Fantastic, Chris. That's great to hear, man. That is great to hear. I'm glad we're going international. See, I don't really need those, so we're gonna do that. All right, go back to this for a minute. Oh, got it. Well, all right. Gonna splice together some wires here. Okay. All right, so we're gonna just put all three of these together. All right, that's gonna be our purple one. This is gonna be our gray one, which is gonna be the other one. I'm just giggling to myself. Don't mind me. All right. Great. Great. I think I've got some tiny little like lock washer little guys, but that's okay. We're just gonna leave that be for now. No. And then we're gonna need each of those is gonna need power. Oh, I just can't believe I have so few properly prepared jumper wires. So bad. It's probably because I should be using a something like this, like a breadboard. But okay, that we're gonna need an output from each one. Oh, maybe we got some over here. Yes. Some of the DuPont wires plug in once. Sprint never holds it again. So they just keep, the spring doesn't, so they just keep falling off. Why won't this come off? What in the world? Are you kidding? What's happening here? Oh, I do kind of have to pinch them down sometimes when they don't, if they don't want to stay on. Here's a speaker we're going to need. Here's another wire. Here's another wire. All right, we're going to be all right. Here's another wire. Oh, man, we got tons now. All right. So actually, the power in the ground, we should do the same kind of a thing. We will, actually. We're going to use this one to give voltage to each of them. What we need is more Dr. Pepper. Okay. Power for that. And then we're going to need a ground. Do they make like spliced jumper wires like this? Do they make like a 3-headed jumper wire? That would be useful, you think? I think it would be. I'm going to use this black one. Do I have, oh wait, here's a black one. Yeah. Required to keep a neat shop. Mainly sober most of the time, Stephen. When it comes, you need a direct hook from the factory to every room in both houses. The Hoobit house. The Hoobit house is we've been without power since Christmas Eve up there. So right now the whole rental situation is turned off up there. We had, I don't remember, did we talk about this already? Probably not, because I haven't streamed much since then. But yeah, we had some folks that couldn't follow the directions and ran the batteries all the way dead, and just we haven't been able to get things back in order, which is terribly unfortunate. All right, then we're gonna have one data one there. I wish I could get this one off of this microphone, but it won't come off. I don't know why. Maybe I soldered it on there. Anyways, no, it's not frozen. Thankfully, it still stays warm enough in the house. I was just up there actually Friday. I was up there Friday, and the problem. We'll take a break from this for a second and talk about Hoobit House. The problem up there is, for whatever reason, the generator is not charging the batteries. I don't know why, but the generator is not charging the batteries. So I'm pretty sure it did at some point in the past, but it's not doing it now. So the problem is the batteries got drained completely down, and then the batteries got dropped completely down. If the and then the generator ran until its battery died, which I don't understand why its battery died, but it did. So the generator died, and then in order for the solar panels to work, there has to be 120 volts. It's got this like safety system for the firemen or something, so that if there's no power to the house, the solar panels will shut off. Seems a bit screwy for an off-grid situation, but that was what they made me do. Yeah, they are lithium iron phosphate, and you're right. And I do need to get do need to get up a little bit. What happens if I like when I went up there, I start the generator, the solar panel safety mechanism detects 120 volts, lets the solar panels start charging the batteries. Great. So when I was up there on Friday, that's what happened, and the sun was shining, and so the panels charged the battery to about 15%. And I needed it to keep running. And when I left, turned off the generator, left the house, and all it had to do was make it to the next morning. And then the next morning, we would have added, instead of, because I got up there like 11, so if I would have gotten there earlier in the morning, the panels would have been able to maybe put 20% into the batteries. So the next day, maybe they would have put 20%, and then maybe we run off 15% in the night. But so every day we gain 5%, a little bit. But it didn't make it through the first night. So now it's all off again until we go up there and get it going again. You ran one of them down to 1 volt. The only way to get it back up was a bit of voltage. After that, everything was fine again. So it has a BMS on it, and it's all good. It's all about just for whatever reason, the only way to charge the batteries right now is the solar panels, and we're not getting enough sun, or by the time I get them turned on, there's not enough sun to charge them enough to last through the night for one night. Anyways, so that's where we're at. So it's sad. Okay, so we've got, we're going to have power. We're going to have ground. We're going to have one of the I squared S pins, the other of the I squared S pins. And then we're going to have the data in from the microphone and the data out to the speaker. How's that sound? That look pretty good? Yeah. It is the safety feature. It really is just the safety feature, because if there was 120 volts there, if it would just let the sun charge the panels without 120 volts being present, then yeah, it would work. And I did get a windmill, and I put a windmill up there, and that's what I finished doing on Friday too, is I finished installing the windmill. And I was hoping that if we got enough wind, maybe the wind could charge up the batteries enough, but still. Is it officially a grid-tied inverter? Well, it is. Is it a grid-tied inverter? It is not tied to the grid now. Was it intended to be tied to the grid? I don't know. I tried to argue with the fire marshal against why we would have to put this safety feature on this thing, because it's not even on like part of the house. It's on this shed that's not a living space. So if it caught on fire, the firemen don't have to go in there. The whole thing about putting this safety feature on the solar panels is to protect the firemen, so that there's not voltage on the solar panels if they go in there to put out a fire. But they don't have to go in there. They can just let it burn. And he didn't go with that. He didn't agree with me. And so we have this safety system on there. We can't get it off. So I thought those magic buttons fell off a long time ago. No, unfortunately, I wanted them to, but I couldn't. They're actually, the way it works, the way these magic buttons work, if that's what you're talking about. Explored ground source heat pumps. Yeah, I have a ground source heat pump up there. Yeah. Since you're fully off grid, that wouldn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. I totally agree. It doesn't make sense. In order at this point, in order to disable it, I would have to lift up every panel, because the safety piece goes on each panel. It goes on each panel, and then they detect a signal from this thing in the shop there in the shed. So I would have to take off every panel and unconnect that thing to take it off at this point. It's a stupid thing. Fire department has no jurisdiction for fully off grid. Well, the fire marshal did. The fire marshal was the one that made us build a road. So, I mean, so there are neighborhoods, there are places up there where we have our Hoobit house that do not have coverage from the fire department. So we could have just said, no thanks, just don't send the fire department if we're on fire. But yeah, maybe we decided to go with this anyway. So we'll get it worked out. We have a master plan. We're gonna bite the bullet and pay to get the power up there in a couple years, but just not quite yet. Let me see if I have any of these little. All right, we're gonna put a little bit of lock washers on here. Do I have any of the small enough ones? I am.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, happy birthday. Love you.
Bye, y'all.
One of those little battery backups that charge from the sun and have the magic buttons sense off of that. Maybe that would work. I mean, here's what you do. You just don't discharge the batteries to zero. I mean, that's the and had this guy not done what he did, we wouldn't be having this conversation. The guy, I don't even think I told you what he did. He my Dr. Pepper thief. So the house was too cold. All right, Ikafar. Hey, buddy, how's it going? We have so the house was a little cold. It was like 63, 62, 63 degrees because we hadn't been running the heat much because we didn't get a lot of sun. But to me, 62, 63, I mean, it's not like you're not going to run around in shorts, but you put on some pajama bottoms and a sweatshirt and you're pretty comfy, you know? It feels good. It's cozy, whatever. So it was a little cold in the house. They decided to go into the mechanical room, into the breaker box, and turn on a breaker which had been turned off, which I had never intended to turn on, that was labeled like emergency backup heat or something. And that basically turned my geothermal heat pump into just a regular old water heater. And so it started using like 5,000 or 6,000 watts instead of normally on the house, it's like 400. You turn on the geothermal, it's like 1,500, maybe sometimes 1,800 or so. So he flips that breaker on and starts running at 5,000 watts. So that lasts for whatever, 12 hours or something like that. And then the battery's depleted. Boom. Then the generator comes on. So, okay, fine, the generator's on. But then when the generator stopped, then they called me and said, hey, the power's out. I said, well, I don't know what you did, but it ain't, it's no good. It's like, I got nothing for you. So you can just, go home. So they did. And then when I went up there, I figured out, what had gone on. Yeah, so kind of soured on that, right? Yeah, I would have not thought that. So yeah, you're right. You're right. An EcoFlow or something like that, so that you can at least take along a few kilowatts of power to get things back to life again. Yeah, if I can when I get up there and just start the generator, it's okay. But I wish I didn't bill them for it. No, I didn't. I'm a little less confrontational in those situations, so I just said, just pack up your stuff and go home. But then I did take it down, like it's not out for rent right now at all. So kind of a bummer for everybody else that would have wanted to use it, until we can get things back to going again. So that's a bummer. All right, let's see. Here we're going to connect up. This one's going to be ground. Okay, ground. And then we're going to do the same on our speaker guy here. This one is ground. Okay, great. And then this one is going to connect to our ESP32 to one of the grounds here. Right there. Okay, ground. Excellent. Now we'll do power up. You guys can't even see that. I'm getting my fat head out of the way. Okay. All right. Now, no, not only Quindo, not only did I not bill him for it, Airbnb and VRBO tried to bill me for canceling the reservation. Yeah. That's good times. All right, let's see. This one already goes to 5 volts. Where's another 5 volts on this? Oh, right there. This is a shorty. 5 volts right there. Okay. All right, and then 5 volts on this. Sometimes what I do, because like Sir Goodenough said, sometimes the little spring doesn't quite do it anymore. Just kind of pinch it a little. Just kind of poke that thing back in there a little, and then it usually clamps a bit better. Okay. Yeah, see, that's nice and tight now. And then on the microphone, okay, great. What is that? I'm supposing that's as says SO. Okay. So we're going to go with the purple one here. The purple one. What should we make the purple one? Should we make the purple one the LR? Let's make purple LR. Okay. So LR here. And there's an LR over here. And then LR, according to our sketch, is pin 27. We're going to go here to pin 27. Pin 27 right there. All right. Oh dear, that doesn't want to go in there. Oh, there it goes. Okay, that one was actually a little too tight. All right, and then the other one is B clock. If you're renting, absolutely should have fire department service. Yeah, probably true, right? We are gonna, so we have a master plan to get to just bite the bullet and pay for the power company to be up there. It's just gonna take a couple years because it's a lot of money. All right, so let's go with B clock, right? B clock, yep. What is the other word, the other term for B clock on these? B clock is going to be pin 25. So on the microphone here, there's no B clock. There's WS and SCK. I think it's probably SCK. Bass clock. Well, let's see. I squared S. SCK is the same as BK. Thank you. Thanks, John. Good job. How's it going? Thanks for being here. This is to try and get the microphone. I don't know how long you've been tuned in there, buddy, but this is to try and get the microphone and the speaker to work. All right, SCK it is. Shoop. All right. So this spaghetti is 5 volts and ground going to the microphone and the speaker. And the LR clock and the B clock going to microphone and speaker. Let's connect up a speaker. Oh, I wish I could I can't even believe I don't even have. Oh, good. James. Yep. James and Gers agree. This little guy here gets a speaker. Hopefully, this is a decent enough speaker. Okay. Negative over there, positive over here. All right. Positive there. Negative there. So I think all we have left is the pin for the data or the output from the ESP32 to the speaker and from the microphone to the ESP32. I think that's all we got left, right? Okay, let's try it. Let's try the speaker first. My eyes are getting worse, guys, and they're getting worse fast. It's not like it's D in. All right, data in. So that's that one. Let's make that one the white one. All right, and then if we go back to our ESP32 sketch, the speaker is on pin 32. So data out to the speaker is on GPIO 32. Yeah, we definitely got some spaghetti to hide here, John. So whatever we do for the base of this, we got a lot of spaghetti to hide. All right. Okay, so that's 32. And then we'll take this purple one. And the microphone is on 12, pin 12. All right, right there. What do you think are the odds that this is going to work? You guys want to put some betting odds out there on whether or not this is going to work? I don't know quite how betting odds work. I watch ESPN and they talk about like plus 200 and minus 300s, and I don't know what they mean. I only know like percentage. Like, it's about this much percent chance it's going to work. All right, I assume. So the way that this thing looks, oops, we'll go back to this, sorry. The way that this microphone looks, on one side is where they have all the I squared S things. And on the other side is where they've got the voltage and the plus minus, and then it looks like SO. I'm going to guess that means signal out. So that's where we're going to put this, because my other option there is WS. So I don't think that's it. All right. Well, it should be connected. I mean, that should be it. That should do it. 5-1. Chris says 5-1. What are we betting? It'll work or it'll explode. Oh man, Chunkin Man's been around a while. That's right. It'll work or it'll explode. Okay, let's go back to ESP home now. And what we'll do, we're gonna go to the logs, because I want to see the logs on this guy, and I want to see what it does. All right, so it should, oh wait, let's see. Let's go back into, I'm going to keep the logs open because I want to know like when it's detecting stuff. Well, actually, if I go to my page here with Up to date. Okay, so it should actually have. We're going to use the sys pipeline finish speaking detection. I don't know what that does. So use wake word, but so it's going to use the wake word for this. Let's look at my voices and see which wake word we've got it set up for. We're going to go down here to voice assistants. This one, Home Assistant Cloud, which is the default one. The wake word that we've got it set for is Hey Jarvis. Ooh, I just said that, so it should have detected something. Hey Jarvis. Does not look like it detected anything. So I wonder if a reboot of this would maybe be a good idea. Let's reboot it since I did all that. Okay. It's a slow burn rather than an explosion. Oh, forgot that. That's right. We got to go back here. I got to fix this, but eventually. Let's go back here. Let's go back here. Let's go here. Okay. So those are all off. Great. Great. Home Assistant Cloud. Didn't it should be use wake word. Should be on. So let's go here and look at the logs. I mean, it looks like it's working. It says use wake word. Hey, Jarvis. That must mean the microphone's not working. Hey, Jarvis. So many offline. So OCD triggering. I would love to take some of those off. I just keep thinking that maybe I'll use some of them, so I don't throw them away. I don't take them off. Okay, so it's not listening for some reason. Wonder why. Whoa. We got noise out of the speaker. Did you guys hear that? That's no bueno. DMAQ destroyed. Oh, okay. So we got more stuff happening here. So when I did the wake word, turning on, turning off. Okay. Desired state set to microphone. Microphone not running. Quest start. No wake word detected. No wake word detected. Let's go back. I don't know why that's making noise. Let's take. Okay, so I disconnected the speaker. Oh, the speaker's very unhappy. Okay, the speaker's very unhappy. On getting grid power as you have working electric setup. Yeah, well, I've tried. I'm gonna give it another. I've tried making it dummy proof, Alexander, and I've been unsuccessful. I just it's amazing to me. All right, let's see if it'll work. Hey Jarvis. Nope. Hey Jarvis. Nope. Turn it off. Turn it on. Why does it say no wake word detected? State change from stopping microphone to stop microphone. Desired state idle. Use wake word on. Sending state on. Change from idle to start. Start. Why is it microphone not running? Requesting start. State change from start pipeline. Client started streaming microphone. Starting microphone. Okay. So streaming, the microphone is streaming. Hey Jarvis. Okay, so when I did that, it does stuff. Maybe that was just timing. Hey, Jarvis. I don't know if that means it's listening. Hey, Jarvis. Hey, Jarvis. Turn off keyboard. I don't think it's working. Oh, somebody else. Well, that one worked over there. Okay, maybe what we need to do is change the pipeline. Let's try changing the pipeline. Let's go back in here. Let's try changing the pipeline to, I don't remember what I set up for this voice one. Another thing we can try is the speaker. We just see if we can get the speaker to go. This is going to take some. So Tiamat, conversation agent. Let's just use this. Home Assistant Cloud. Okay, we'll do that one. Okay. So now, if we go back to here, and we set that to Tiamat. Okay, that should be fine. Turn that off, turn that on. Go back here. Okay. Okay, Nabu. This should give me something, like it should be listening. If I go to a different one, like let's go to the one that I know is working. I have the voice assistant, this other voice assistant working. So let's go here, close this logs, and let's open up the voice box logs. It says it's offline, but it's not offline. I'm looking at it. It's right there. Come on. Error resolving IP address. We'll unplug it and plug it back in. That'll work. Still, it's not connecting for some reason. Doesn't usually take that long. Oh, there we go. Here we are. All right, now we can go to the logs here. All right, so this. Okay, so that looks similar, right? So if I say the wake word over there is, hey, Santa, turn on keyboard. Okay, and that worked. So this is what we're supposed to see. So when I said the wake word, right here, wake word detected, but the other one's not detecting the wake word. Yeah, you should see, you got it, James. You should be seeing wake word detected in the logs. But I don't know how to know. I don't know how to know if the microphone is working, other than so far the evidence is. So that one, James, is that's my voice box. That's the Home Assistant, the box 3, the expressive voice box 3 box, something box. That's what that was. I wanted to see what one looked like that was working. So let's look at this one again. This is the Paragon. Okay, so this says it's started, but then it needs to be able to detect my wake word. Okay, Nabu. And it's not saying it's detecting the wake word. Okay, Nabu. Hey, Nabu. Nope. So it's not detecting the wake word. I don't know how to know if it's, maybe something's wrong. Maybe I've got something connected wrong. Maybe it's on the wrong. Okay, so this is what happens when you turn off the wake word. Hey Nabu. Okay, Nabu. See if the mic source that worked will with your other setup, so you'll know if it's the setup or the mic. So if I go to set, if I change this to this, right? Let's try that. I don't know how that saves, I guess. All right, we're going to look at this one and we're going to see. I'm going to unplug this other one so that it won't detect. And now we're going to say, hey, Santa. Hey, Santa. It's not detecting the wake word, though. It says the microphone is streaming. The voice stuff isn't really ready for prime time. It requires way more fiddling than the average person will be willing to do. I agree, Robert. I agree, unfortunately. I have had pretty good success with the voice box. Right now it's a little too sensitive, but I have been, like, I come into my office at night and I say, hey, Santa, I'm home. And it works. The lights come on and the fan goes on and the wind and the blinds go up. It works. And I can say, like, turn off the keyboard or turn on the keyboard. I can do a couple things with it. It's reasonable. She's too sensitive right now. She detects things that I'm not really saying. But it looks to me like this microphone is not detecting. That's what it looks like to me. Hey, Santa. Is that any different? Nope. Hey, Santa. We're not average people. Don't rub it in, Alexander. You are totally right. DuPont cable. What do you say, Ferenc? What do you say? Ferenc, are you the guy that's got the repository with all the custom wake words? Is that you? Ferenc Sabo? It could be just my cabling, right? It could be that for sure. Yeah, my speaker's totally not acting very good. Okay, what could I change? Because clearly this is not working. I could, let's disconnect the speaker entirely. Okay, so now it's just the microphone connected. So let's double check that all of our wires are going to the right places. So we're going to go back to our sketch. I'm going to leave those logs up. We're going to go back to our sketch here, and we're just going to check that this stuff's right on the microphone. So the D in pin, actually, let's look at the pinout on this microphone unit. Which microphone is this? Oh, that's not you, huh? The logging level doesn't report when the wake word is detected. Oh. Maybe. Let's see, is the logger. I would expect that I'm gonna have so many home assistant windows open. I would expect that the logging is the same, but we'll check. Let's look at the voice. We'll go in here. Oh, there's nothing here because it's all here. I could add that. Hardware UART, USB serial, JTAG. I could add this. So it's possible. I guess the other thing we can look at is ESP home logging options. We could just go to logger here and see. Ooh, the PS RAM important for the microphone. I2S speaker's working fine for me, but I've never hooked up the mic. So what levels are there? Hardware UARTs. Oh, but that's if it's serial. So we're not connected serial, right? Log levels. What's the default? Defaults to debug. Doesn't need PSRAM. Okay, cool. Thanks, Quindor. All right. So we're already down here to debug. Everything up to this log level debug message includes the current readings from sensors and status messages. Verbose, a few more messages that usually deemed to be spam are also included. Very verbose. I2C, SPI, or UART. May cause the device to slow down and have trouble staying connected due to the amount of generated messages. Yeesh. I mean, I guess we could try going to verbose, but James, yours logger is empty, so that means you've got the debug is the default that you've got. See if that mic source that worked will work with your others. Oh, we did that. Dang. All right, well, let's check the pins. Let's just make sure that I didn't screw up and connect the wrong thing to the wrong pin. Oh, man. I really needed these extra pins so I can't connect it to something that already has a microphone that I know works, like the DrZzs or something. All right. SO is this purple one. And that's going to IO12, which seems to be the correct one there. Okay. And then 27, the other purple one. 27 is the RL, and that's going to LR. Okay. And then that's this other one, this gray one. 25 is going to SCK, which is BCK. Dang. I see rabbits in them holes. Shows wake word detected on the default. So okay. So okay, that's good, James. Thank you. That solves that problem. So we know we don't need to change the logger to verbose in order to see that the wake word is detected. That's very useful. Thank you very much. Well, thanks for trying anyways, Alexander. It's okay that you're not home. Appreciate you trying anyways. The only other thing I could do is, what is WS for I2? Let's try this again. We're going to go I2S WS. What does that mean? Here, this is the microphone I have. 7. Oh. Wait. What does that mean? Is your SD connected to I2SD in pin? Yes, that's the one. That's pin 12. So SD is my purple jumper, and my purple jumper is going to, yes, 12. GPIO 12. Right there. Does everything else look okay here? External PDM false? I don't know what that means. Okay, so this goes, oh, LR should be ground. Wait, are you seeing this? LR and ground are together? Interesting. And then WS, this says question mark. LR can be ground or 3 volts, depending if you want to send it over the right or the left stereo channel. Okay, I have LR going to a pin. So should I have WS going to, so should my pin on my, yeah, maybe that's it. Oh, this is the different, oh, okay. Ah, and either way, this WS, so I don't have WS connected to anything. That's why it's not working. Okay. So this should go here, and then I can just send LR to, I can send it to 3 volts or ground, right? Either way, because I think I actually have more 3 volts than ground is available at the moment. So why don't we send it to 3 volts? Okay. Huh. All right, well, that's a change. That's a significant change. Let's go back to the logs and see if things are getting, see if things are different. Okay. What was my, what's my wake word now? Hey Santa. Nope. Which one is it now? I forget. Changed it too many times. Yeah, it should be Santa. Let's just do. Well, yeah, it should be working. Turn that off. Turn it on. Maybe we reboot the whole thing. Let's just reboot the whole thing. Where's my logs? This is the logs. That was a better. Hey Santa. Hey Santa. Okay, Nabu. Okay, Nabu. Hey Jarvis. Trying all of them. Hey Jarvis. You need to pick a different one in that other. Let's just go to preferred. Oh, the eyes. It turned on the eyes. So preferred. And when I go back here to voice, the preferred is this one, right? And the wake word is Hey Jarvis. I wish they gave some feedback on this page, but that's okay. Let's reboot this. We'll reboot this one more time. Needs a dictionary attack. Okay. Wait for this to come back. All right. Connected. Okay. Let's get this pipeline thing. I need to get a message here about the pipeline starting probably. And I think, I don't know what that's about. Bummer. Ground is used most since listening to left. We could change it to that. Yeah, see, that's what I messed up, James. Yep, that's what I had messed up. Why is this not? Why is this not? There we go. There we go. Oh, whoa, it's going crazy. It's going crazy. It's not detecting wake words. Holy crap. Is this just what it does all the time? Hey, Jarvis. I can't even keep up. Okay. Ground up here. Gosh, it's just, look at it. It's just going and going and going. It's just constantly filling with not detecting the wake word, not detecting the wake word. Still not detecting. It's still going with this not detecting wake word thing. I turned it off. I told it to stop. Stop detecting the wake word. Oh, now it's totally crashing things because now I can't even go here. It is going a bit mad, isn't it? All right. Oh, now I crashed. What did I crash? All of Home Assistant now? Yep. Oh, okay. Great. All right. Let's try here again. That one is just really unhappy. Okay, well, I think we got the wires done. The solder joint's okay. Good question. Open sesame. All right, let's go back here to the logs. Come on, where's the rest of it? Okay, great. Starting microphone, streaming microphone. Okay, great. Hey Jarvis. Look, it did it! 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 Yes! Yes! After a whole bunch of this. No! We ended up with one of these. Okay. So now let's try this. Now let's do, hey Jarvis, turn off keyboard. It worked. It worked. It worked. It worked. Hey Jarvis, turn on keyboard. It worked. Yes. Okay. Done. We did it. We fixed it. So the fix was LR on this microphone, LR needs to go to ground, and the WS pin needs to go to the pin which you assign in ESP Home as the LR clock pin. Why would that be confusing? Anyways, that's working now. Yay. Yay, yay, yay. Okay, now let's go back to our speaker for a moment. Let's see if we can get the speaker to do its thing for a minute. If we can get the speaker to do its thing, then we will attempt to tell it to turn off a certain switch, and that'll make it do an animation, make it do a dance. Okay. So back to this now. All right, power to the speaker goes here. Okay, there's power. And then ground. There. Oh, that fell right off. Power and ground. Okay, and then I bet you it's the same thing, isn't it? I wonder if so B clock. This says LRC. So I think that's actually the LR clock and not the B clock, or not the not like it was on the other one where we were supposed to go to ground. All right, so 32 is our DN. 32 is this white one. Okay, and that goes to DN right there. And then gray, which one's gray? Gray is 25. 25 is the B clock. Aha. Now it shut up. Okay. I think we're going to try this. Let's see. We got the speaker hooked up. We got the logs here. If I say something to it, it should respond with a thing. How much longer am I going to stream? Maybe half an hour. Maybe half an hour. James, you saved the day. Way to go, James. You're the hero of the day for sure. All right. Let's try this. I'm going to try this. I'm going to stop that for a second. Let me try this. In the logs. Okay. Hey, Jarvis. Turn off keyboard. It worked! It worked! It worked! Yes! Hey, Jarvis. Turn on keyboard. Hey, Jarvis. What's this? Speaker buffer full. Try again next loop. What the frick? What is that? Oh dear. Hey, Jarvis. Turn on keyboard. Oh man. The speaker's jacked. Look at that. Desired state set to response finished. End of audio stream received. Trying again next loop. What is happening? What is this? It did answer me. It locked up for sure. I wonder if that's a power. Maybe is that like a brownout? Do you think? Possibly. Maybe the speaker's too. Speaker tried to take too much power. But it worked. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Oh. Sometimes, something like that happens and you go, yeah, we did it. Awesome. And then you think about how much further you still want to go, how much more you still have to do. Okay, so you're getting the same thing, James, and you have not got it worked out yet? Oh, bummer. Oh, interesting. I wonder what's going on there. My first thought is some sort of a brownout. I'm going to try a different speaker. Maybe my excitement is what caused the brownout. We're going to switch to a different speaker. This one that I have on here is kind of a hacked speaker that I took out of a so this speaker here, no brown here. This one I took out of like an old Bluetooth speaker, and I soldered some wires on it so I could reuse it. This one is a little bit more intended for these purposes. Sort of Arduino kit speaker-ish. So we'll see if we can see if this one will work better. These jumper wires, they're too thin. This little thing is too thin to get grasped. All right. Okay, there we go. All right. Now, oh good, we're not stuck in the loop anymore. So let's try it again. Hey Jarvis, turn on keyboard. It said, but it feels like a processing data thing. I really don't know. My speaker's small like yours. All right, good night, Alexander. Thanks for being here, buddy. Take care. Let's try it again. Hey Jarvis, turn off keyboard. The speaker just goes. Can you hear it? Hey Jarvis, turn on keyboard. Do you hear that? Okay. Well, speaker needs work. Let's this will be our crowning achievement, okay? Yeah, that's a Donald Duck stuck in there. Yeah. It's a distant cousin to the parrot dragon is the duck. So this is the Donald Duck gene coming through. I actually have a better amplifier here. Is this a DAC and amplifier? It is. I should be using this one instead. And this will go line out to a speaker. This one has SCK, BK, D in, L clock, ground, and V in. This one is what I should be using instead. So I'll be using this one. Need more power, better supply. Yeah. The mic is filtering out, maybe. Speaker be like, do it yourself, you bum. Yep. It's giving me the raspberry. Okay, but this will be our crowning achievement for today. We will finish the stream and we will call it a success. Well, we can call it a success anyways. But see you, Tony. Thanks for being here, buddy. What we're going to do now is we're going to say a word and we're going to make this thing do something. All right. So if I turn this off. Okay. So let's try this. Let's try this. Hey, Jarvis, turn off Paragon thinking. Okay, the speaker just replied and said, I am not aware of any device called Paragon thinking. All right. Hey, Jarvis, turn off Paragon smoke. He said he's not aware. So, I need to share it with the assistant. Oh, you're so smart. So smart. Where do I do that? Is it in the voice assistants? I can't remember now. I know what you're talking about. I remember seeing that. Go to the gear and then voice. Okay. Oh, sir, good enough. To the rescue, my man. Oops. Where am I at? Losing my mind. Okay, we're going to go here. We're going to go Paragon Smoke. And we're going to hit the gear. And then we're going to go to voice. Voice assistant. Assist. Does this means it is though, right? That means unfortunately it does mean it is. I'll wait for your reply. But what we can do in the meantime, because I think that does mean it is exposed, just maybe it's not an understanding. Probably when the Yankees' big day in a couple of weekends. So it is exposed, but that's okay. So here's what we'll do instead. This is what we'll do instead. We're going to set an automation. We're just going to create an automation, and we're going to go new, create an automation, and create new automation. Trigger. The trigger is actually going to be a sentence. We're just going to do sentence, right? So add a sentence. Let's see. We can just say, do the smoke dance. Okay. All right. Do the smoke dance. And then we're going to add an action. And the action is going to be, I don't know if device. Paragon voice. Yeah, okay. Okay, great. We can do this. We can do turn off this. Okay. And then we're going to add an action, and the action is going to be delay. Did they change it? They keep changing things on me. Did they change delay? Wait for time to pass. There we go. Wait for time to pass. We're just going to have it do it for like 3 seconds. And then we're going to add another action, and it's going to be device, and it's going to be the Paragon again. And then we're going to have it turn that back on. Turn the smoke back on. Oh, I could have it toggle it, I guess. Smoke. Turn on smoke. Okay, great. All right. I think that should work. Okay, I think that'll work. What do you think? On response, turn on that switch. Need to trigger this stuff from within ESP Home to make it work right. Oh, really? So it won't work if I say, hey, Jarvis, do the smoke dance. Did you guys? No, you didn't see that. You were looking at me. All right. We did it. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Okay, there he is. All right. It's a little up close, but we're not going to get technical. Watch this. Hey, Jarvis, do the smoke dance. Yes! Woo! I don't even know which thing to play. I'm so excited. We'll play them all. So what we're doing, SG, we're setting it up so that we will have it play an audio. It's going to be a little bit screwy because we do want it to respond and talk. So this is as like I was saying, as happy as I am that we've got this far. In order to make it do what we really want it to do, we still have a long way to go. We still have a long way to go, but we've got building blocks now. It's listening to us. It can respond to us with the speaker, and it can do the dance. I want to try something else. Let's see. Turn off all these. Oh, let's hit these. That's so good. Everybody knows that. Budget animatronics. That's right. For rookies. Okay. I wonder now if I go to, I want to look for the voice assistant or the media player. Let's just let's see if it exists here. Entities. So what I wonder is, does it make, when you make a voice assistant like this, I haven't played with this, does it make a media player? I doubt it. I don't think it does. Hey, thank you, Dennis, for subscribing. Because what we need, yeah, so you either have to be, yeah, I think you either have to be you got to decide what you want to be. Do you want to be a media player or do you want to be a voice assistant? Right? Because what we want, you can see how it's done by looking in the picture box 3 thingy code. They do it there. Oh, they do like it when it's listening, it does a thing, right? You're right. You're right. Steve. Are you saying your wife is artificially intelligent? I doubt it. Better keep that instance of Home Assistant in stasis, otherwise you stand to lose your progress as a result of new features and functionality. Yeah, probably true. Jailbreak a GPT session. So there are things that so we have to decide, because what I would love for it to play, to play a sound. I think it has to play a sound. Being a voice assistant, the sound playing part, I mean, it answers you, right? It responds to you. But I want to play, if I want to play a sound out of that speaker, I'm probably in trouble. It's probably not going to work very well. This is what happens when you try and take something that's built for one purpose and flip it upside down and inside out and then turn it into another purpose. That's what we're trying to do here. So what Sir Goodenough's talking about, this is the voice assistant for the box 3. And when you go to the listening parts, you go to the different states of the media or of the voice assistant here. You do this. So this is what now we need to try and add to the ESP home sketch that I have. Not going to do this today though. Not going to do it today. But what you can do is, like this says, on listening. So when it's in the state listening, then it does this, right? And it says the voice assistant listening phase ID. I don't know what this means exactly, but it does this. For this box 3, there's a display, right? And the display can show little images. So what this does is when it's listening, it shows a certain image. What I want is when Jarvis here is listening, he heard me. That was pretty awesome. When he is listening, when he goes to that listening phase, I want the dragon to move. And then when we say the thing and he's thinking about what it is I asked him to do, I want it to move and do something else. So when it's in the, this one I think is the listening. Each of these has a different thing. One of them's listening, one of them's error, one of them's responding, etc. So we need to include this in on listening, on VAD end, on stream start, on stream end. We need these to turn on and turn off those switches that we have for Mr. Paragon here. So that's gonna go. I'm not gonna do it today. Don't you tempt me. It goes under voice assistant. So right here, I can simply put on listening and then what I want it to do. And I should be able to put like on listening toggle a thing, I use some of those events to change LED colors. Exactly, James. And now I want to do that too. That's going to be a part of it, is the on listening. When I say on listening, I want his eyes to go green. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't you do it. Although it's going to be weeks before we actually do it. So since we're getting to the end, this was great. Thank you guys. We did it. I'll bet any of the voice stuff that we want to do with the dragon will say could be embedded into Bot Tango. I think so too. It's all about timing. Let's do it now. But yeah, you're right. I think if we want, well, we're taking a thing that's meant for this purpose and another thing that's meant for this other purpose, and we're getting them going at 60 miles an hour, head into each other and smashing them into whatever that is. So by the final iteration, who knows what it'll be. However, what I was going to say is John's been doing great work on getting the outside of the dragon butamuses. I've gotten this part to this stage. We are going to, I'm not going to say we're going to stop progressing, but for the sake of getting out some content, for getting a video out, we're going to take the progress that we've made to this point and get a video out. So it's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be done in our estimation at all, but we've made good progress. We want to show the good progress that we've made. So we're going to be working on that. So we've already started working on that. So that's what we're going to do. Yes, my own collider. This is an animatronic dragon. Blah, 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 blah. An animatronic voice assistant dragon. That's how you make new elements. That's right. We're going to make a nuclear reaction. All right, fellas. Let's see. Anything else? I know you guys have all been here hanging out. I don't think there's anybody here that's been here like to ask LED questions or anything, but I'm happy to answer questions for a minute. And we'll get the kids up here and we'll do the sign off. Oh, I got a really cool. Should I show what Threative made for us, John? So Threative in all of his stuff. Hey, Nuno, how's it going? Hey, from Portugal. Yeah, thanks again, James, for your help today. That was stellar. Much appreciated. So Threative. I'm just going to show you this. I'm going to show you what he's got for us here. Oh, you stinker. Get out of my way. You too. Watch this. That's all for now. As always, thanks for watching. Until next time, adios. That's all for now. As always, thanks for watching. So until next time, little baby face. Adios. Little baby That's face. All for now. As always. Pretty fun, huh? So he's got some sort of face tracking thing. Well, the other video that's on the works is this guy, the version 3 of the sphere. So anyways, good times. Let's get the kids up here. Let's get out of here. I'm sure I have a sign off button. I'm pretty sure I finally put one in here. I don't see it. That's not it. That's a good button though. Okay. There it is. Hey, it's working.
It's time for sign off. It's time for sign off. It's time for sign off.
So DrZzs is speaking Portuguese to Nuno. Thank you very much, Sir Goodenough. Glad to be back. Who knows what's going to level out? You missed the beginning here too, but yeah, I was gone. Either gone, had company in town, or was working every Sunday in January. And February it's going to be not that different. So was it me or did permanent LEDs have a moment this Christmas? They sure did have a moment this Christmas and next Christmas and in between. How you doing, baby? This little girl's got a birthday tomorrow, and Dawson's birthday is on Wednesday. He's going to be, so clear the roads tomorrow or Wednesday, folks, because Dawson should have his driver's license. So clear the roads. All right, you guys ready to sign off?
Sure. We can say
Okay, we're just gonna sign off like normal happy people. All right,
Okay.
unless you have another idea.
I just need to burp.
Okay, ready? As always, thanks for watching. Until next time, adios. Used to be like a little baby on my lap. Okay.
Is car ready?
We took his car for a drive yesterday, and it was awesome. And then on the way home, it started being funny. Just like every 50-year-old gas car is gonna end up giving you troubles. But right now, it's so fun. It's so fun. So I should get some more stuff out there about so you guys can see what we've done. But it's pretty fun. Anyways, thanks everybody for being here. Thanks for all your help, and we'll see you a couple weeks. I hope. Bye.